Before we get started with today's vid, I just want to take a couple minutes to go over a couple of things, and then we'll get into the play session with my character's palette over Alia. I just got a few quick things I want to show off and a couple of side notes to throw in as well. So if you want to play around with the mod at all, there are many options, as you're going to see. This armor, and I'm going to give a huge shout out to Cosmic over in the server because he spent over $700 to make this happen, including custom weapons and whatnot. This was not cheap by any means. Very, very expensive for us to have this Dive Zero. And then proceeding further onward, as you can see, these are all the options we have currently. We got a gift for Alia coming soonish here. And I have a couple of gifts pulled up here. I mentioned Devil Trigger Dante X. Here we have his idle animation. We're waiting on a few more things apparently. And then he's going to get started on Devil Trigger Virgil's here, so that'll be cool to see. And here we can see some of what he's going to be able to do in game. He even whips out Ebony and Ivory, so that's pretty cool. That'll be really funny to see. And just to pull up a quick pic, because why not? Did not mean to do that. God damn it. Okay, I'm just going to hit next then, because that's getting annoying. This is what we can expect for Devil Trigger Virgil Zero. I think he's going to look really freaking cool once the sprites start coming in. And good news, as I mentioned also in a couple of my previous vids, the main creator for 30XX, Chris, he did promise at some point that we're going to get full-on mod support. So if anything looks off in the mod in today's vid, note that stuff still being fixed, and everything that you're even seeing with the mod might even be placeholders and are subject to change. One other thing I want to go over really quickly, though, is, and I feel bad for any of you who backed Mighty Number 9, because I knew from the get-go that game was going to be a flop, and here's why. I'm about to show you an armor from Mega Man X5, the Gaia armor. Tell me if this looks familiar at all to you. It should. Here, let me help you. There you go. He took the design and just changed it up a little. So I already knew from the get-go, just based on that, the game was going to be a flop. I saw a little bit of gameplay, and it just did not look like a good time. And thankfully, it did receive back the amount of backlash and more that, frankly, in my opinion, quite deserved. Now, if you were looking for like a true co-op Mega Man experience, the closest you're going to get to that is 30XX. I'm a huge backer and huge supporter of this mod. If you've always wanted a game like that, then this is the game and the mod for you. As you can see, we even have ICO from that dive game. We've got ICO dive as well. I already mentioned the alien gift, that's coming. And yeah, we even got a custom fight coming in with Vile quite soon. We have a custom Sigma on the way whenever we get to the last couple stages. You're going to see Nightmare Zeros in the game. And you know what, I did forget to show off, because I'm sure not everyone who's familiar with my channel knows who the hell this character even is. This is Alia, in case anyone is wondering. Anyhow, for the longest time in Discord, I was known as Born After Burial, and then one of the mods, as a joke, he changed my name to Corn After Cereal. So I thought, you know, that's pretty funny. I'm going to go ahead and have a friend of mine commission something, and this is the end result. I'm going to go ahead and link this artist's DeviantArt page down below if anyone wants to take a look. I think she's a really good and talented artist. She's capable of doing various art styles. And frankly, she's my personal favorite artist at this point in time. I feel like she does a lot of good work, and then for the hell of it, she did like a really clean zoom in and sent me this. I just thought that was funny. Anyhow, with that all out of the way, let's get into 30XX here. And apologies for taking all that time. I wanted to make you laugh, not make you cringe. Fair on both accounts, however. Plus, I really do want to support the mod. To put into perspective how hard Malkavia works on it, he's been rigging up X and Zero for various armors for thousands of hours at this point. I would say at least 4,000. He works very, very hard on the mod. And so does Cosmic. In fact, he's the one who gave me the XML file, Tavalia, looking like this. Now, as you're going to notice when I'm standing still and shooting, the pelts are going to come out, like, below the actual buster. Hopefully when we get mod support, that can get fixed later on. Or we might even get a fix soonish down the road. But, yeah, just keep in mind, 30XX is not in its 1.0 stages just yet. And the mod is not completely finished yet. But as you're going to see out to the left here, Nightmare Zero's here. And we even have Biker Dude from the X2 intro here. And this is where you can get some perks for one of your next runs. In fact, I would recommend doing that, especially if you're trying to go after, like, the much higher difficulty settings. Now, luckily, my buddy Malkavia, he sent me a kind of modded file of his, where I didn't have to unlock any of the overclocks. The green circle with the Q in the middle and the orbs like on fire, those are Titan shards. Before it got patched, there was an exploit you could do where you could keep doing the tutorial over and over as many times as you wanted, and just get as many Titan shards as you want. So luckily, Malkavia exploited that and gave me his save files. Very appreciative of that. And these are the actual, like, default-looking characters that come with 30XX normally. But they'll be modded once we get to them in-game, you'll see. Hang on, I'm trying to remember what powers are, like, ideal for Nina, or in this case, X. I remember now. This and this. That's what I recommend going for. And then, this stage is usually easy, so you can put that last. It's really not too arduous to get through. And then, let's see, who else? This fight's changed greatly. Like, as of recent, this fight has changed significantly. So I'm gonna want to do that sooner rather than later, and, this is a really easy stage, too. We'll go ahead and put that for last. Alright, let's get started. Ready. By the way, if anyone's wondering, there is an option for Japanese audio for the characters as well. So if you're like me and you prefer the Japanese audio from like X4, X5, and X6, those are options for audio packages. For right now, what you're hearing is I have the default X4 voices on. Because for X, he sounds a lot more feminine in that game, because it is the same actress who voiced regular Mega Man in 8. But luckily, there are options for those audio packages from X4 to X8. With the more, my opinion, more badass sounding Zero going, you know, that hoo-ha-ho thing he does. I love how intense the actor does those lines. He's really into it. Also, I recommend abusing the hell out of any armors that significantly boost your, not just yourself when it comes to the repros, but acting as if they're one level higher. Now, the repros, they're basically like little pets you can get in this game. They've shown up in a couple of my videos already. There's even a really broken armor piece that lets you continuously stack up to, I want to say it's every repro you get another, like, additional percentage to have a chance at not taking any damage, which is very, very broken. So I recommend doing that. Go after all the repros you can and all the overpowered, repro boosting armors. And especially the invincibility one. The only one I tend to ignore is the one that makes you jump really high. I'm not really a fan of that. And as you're going to see here, we have the asshole Shadow Devil from X5. Now, I'm sure many of you may encounter PTSD when you see this thing, but relax, he's nowhere near as threatening as he was in X5. So, you're going to be okay. It's not like he's the Nightmare Mother. Seriously, fuck that boss. That one's from X6. There we go, and as you're going to see the energy capsules, we're just using them for armor right now. That could change, I have no idea. And what you're hearing right now is a really good metal remix of Izzy Glow's theme. And we deal with him in X5, actually. I think this is the only, like, Maverick we have where the stage music actually fits, because the sound for this game is really tricky to get around. I would go more in depth, but that's something that the Japanese audio package guy can answer better, and Star. Star's actually responsible for putting in all these really kick-ass metal mixes you're hearing. And if you're a big Sonic Orbital Blast 2 fan, you can actually find her there, too. Now, one nice thing they put in and I'm grateful for is they put in little icons to let you know what's coming up ahead. That wasn't in here before, so you're taking a lot of cheap shots. So, very thankful that they put that in. Let's see, what does this do? Defending against projectiles empowers your next attack. That's a huge boost, I'm going to take that. And you'll recognize these guys, the eyepiece at least, that, like, this enemy we're fighting right here was actually one of my ideas. I did contribute a few ideas for the mod, such as the fight against Squid Adler. Initially known as Volt Kraken. But, you know, X5, they gave all the Mavericks Guns N' Roses names for some reason, which I still think are really funny. And this was recently put in here. This looks freaking great. Love the look of the teleporter. I usually go for this. I'm gonna get it. Let's see, become a copy of a random stackable AUG already held. Let's see what we got. That would be nice. Like, any one of those would be nice, so I'm gonna get it. That just gave me a scrap bit. Oh well. Sometimes you can get really lucky and run into the cellar, get some really overpowered AUGs using scrap it, so I'd recommend it. And as you can see, it's even got some really cool looking boss portraits for all the bosses in here. And like I was getting at earlier, this fight was changed drastically. Like, it was not like this before. I'm trying to explain, like, how it was initially. So, initially, it would just kind of move around the screen, and often it would stop and make three of the... This was supposed to be Yanmarek, initially, by the way. So when it was the Yanmarek fight, the little flies would come out, make the noise and everything, and they would surround him. they would stop and shoot in all directions for a bit. Yamarek would even follow you around like the whole screen, while the Yamarek option is constantly circling around him. It was very annoying to deal with. Kind of like that, actually. Oh, neat, they even put a little post for Alia. I had no idea. I'm actually using Alia for the first time, so... Oh wow, this is in here, apparently. I have no idea what the hell this is. And it's green. Like, we'll see that enemy coming up in, Dragoon stage, but... Yeah, why is this here? I'm gonna have to find out later. And as you're seeing for, like, our nuts, you're getting, the metal pieces from X8. There are even a few X8 enemies in the mod here that we're going to be running into. A bunch of them are actually in this stage. And you'll recognize, these guys. They're from X8. And those little floating orbs you're seeing, those are from, like, X4 and X5. Particularly in Cyber Peacock stage, and then I forgot which one in stage 5. Or, I'm sorry, X5. I'm a really big X fan, if you couldn't tell. My much older cousin actually got me into it when I was only, like, 4 years old. Ouch. I was not paying attention to the blasters. You'll want to watch those. And that's my no-shit comment on that. Don't get hit. Now, this was changed as of recent, and I think for the better. These guys look really sick compared to, initially it was Shade Man for Mega Man 8 and Super Bass. I'm sorry, not 8. Mega Man 7. I want to say both of them from 7, anyhow. For all I know, though, I'm wrong, and it was based from 8. Oh well. I never did finish that game as a kid. I always got stuck on, Swordman stage and Searchman stage. I was too inept to know how to use the, claw thing you get from Clown Man to, like, swing through Searchman stage, and I just kept dying from the enemies in, Swordman stage. Plus, it was just a huge pain in the ass in general. That game. And I saw the last boss, too. It's... You have, like, little to no leeway to fuck up. And if you do, you gotta start all over and you're empty on resources. Which, unfortunately, X4, 5, and 6 are also just as guilty of that. And you especially notice it in X4 and XX. Come here, you. Now, if you're wondering what the different colors on these guys mean, basically each time that you like see a new color introduced on them, that's another power level they're going up, basically. I want to say that there's 4 for each enemy. 4 different variations. Depending on, like, when you're coming into the stage for that run, or whether or not you're using entropy to make the game harder, to make it easier to get Titan Shards. In fact, you have to steadily keep increasing the difficulty to legitimately get those Titan Shards. It is not a fun experience. I said fuck this shit at entropy level 19 out of 32. And that should give you an idea of how difficult that is. Now that's... Really? I'm gonna have to use these? Fine. That was close. There we go. Get into their glory room. I just got back from work. I'm very tired, so of course I can't talk properly. I lose all function. Sorry for wasting time. I'm doing my absolute best not to get hit here, because if you do get hit at all, you miss out on one of the rewards. If that's something you really, like, could have or would have wanted, yeah, just do your best not to get hit. Let's say, for example, that I didn't get the helmet earlier, and I got it in here. That would have sucked. I would have missed out on it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this, though, because it really screws over one of the bosses. I'll demonstrate that later. Like, that boss is especially easy to break as any character. I should say either character. We still only have Nina and Ace by default. And, you know, we're so early into the run. This is something else you can do. Plus, I got an E-Tank on standby. We're fine. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Very good. Now we got Eddie from the classic series. And the fist from that, armor on the cover of, 6. Forgot what it was called. But I know it involves, like, equipping Rush, and it sort of fuses with, Mega Man. Or Rockman, depending on where you're from, I suppose. Did I even pick up a power? I did. What you're hearing is a metal mix of the boss music from X1. And, fun fact, you actually do get bonus Memoria for not getting hit at all, so do your best not to get hit whenever you can. Again, no shit, I apologize. I think they might have done away with the fusion system. Yeah, I can't equip this. That kind of sucks. Because before I would be able to go ahead and do that. I could put it right below this, and then they would stack into one very unique power. Now, what is this? Why didn't I shoot that earlier? I think it's actually just for damage testing, come to think of it. You know, that's really neat they put that in. Oh, neat, it even procs the fist if you want to test that. Let's see, we'll do him next. Might as well. I was planning on doing that from the start. Anything down here? Nope. And what you're hearing here is a very good metal mix of Storm Eagle stage from X1. Sounds very kick-ass. Huge fan. My favorite song with the metal mixes, though, probably has to be the one that you'll hear in Dragoon stage. In fact, you've likely already heard it by this point. Let's see, defending against projectiles empowers your next attack by 20. That would have been nice to have, I already do have one. Yeah, I'm not going to trade that in for scrap bits. Because if I can keep stacking armor, that's great. Especially when I'm this low on HP right now, which I know is my fault, but can you blame me? I had all that HP to spare. And I want to say these guys flying are from X5, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or XX in a Maginian stage. I think that's actually where they're from, come to think of it. This is so stupid. I'm playing my Xenoverse 2 character in the mod. It looks so ridiculous, and I love it. Also, if anyone does get the game on PC and wants to play as me, it will be an option as a joke palette for Aelia. I do not blame you if you don't want to, and would prefer to stick to X and 0. In fact, that is one other thing I do want to show off before we end here. Like, towards the end. I want to say I already showed off the Megazord armor, but just in case, I'll go ahead and switch to it real quick. It won't take that long. That'll be the weather machine from X6. Fuck those things. And Rush is even in here. Speaking of Best Boy. Let's see, friendly blaster bit towards you. Or, let's see, in boss battles, gain 1% damage per second. Stacks up. That's actually really good to have. I'm gonna get that. What do we got here? Okay, I'll get that. What did I get just now? I might have gotten that. Very nice. That'll get more, money drops. Luckily, the game is very fun, very easy, and accessible on the standard difficulty. And we're inside another one of those challenge rooms, where you ideally don't want to get hit. So I'll be trying my best here. Up we go. Fuck you. Oh, I'm not falling for this. No, I'm just going to take the reward. This is really useful to have if you abuse powers a lot. Let's see, your attack kills restore more energy. That's something that's also really nice to have. I'm just going to get the scrap bits, though. Because, like I was saying earlier, you can get some really broken rewards from the trader. Initially, the trader was Proto Man from the classic series, but he looked kind of out of place. And initially, at the in the hub, we had Dogglass there from X5 and X6. It was not Dr. Light. But recently, he's been replaced with Dr. Light. And off to the right was the medic unit from X5, but he's been replaced with Cygnus, as you're seeing there. And then Aelia is your co-op setup gal, I guess. Really cool that she's playable, though. We haven't really seen her playable at all, besides, like, the dive game in X8. Now, what you can do, especially with when you have, like, the perks for it, notice I have 10 rerolls. You're starting off with, like, 4 at most. Let's see, powers deal 50% damage. Have speed. Okay, no. That sucks, so does that. Whatever. I already wasted a bunch of rerolls. And in case anyone's wondering about, like, the different shots all for the various X armors throughout the games, yes, they each have their own shots. Malkavian worked really hard to make sure that that happened. And his favorite armor is actually the one from X3. Personally, I love the Falcon armor to death. Which, by the way, that is the armor you're building with Aelia, which is the first game she's introduced in, so I think it's appropriate. Okay, I'm not going to bother with that. I shouldn't have fallen down. Waste of time. Let's get this chest and move on. Boy, they did a really good job on Aelia. And here we've got Storm Owl from Mega Man X4. Love this guy. Especially the sound he makes when you hit him. Now, before you get the ability to overclock, you're going to be spending your Memoria on those upgrades first initially. So you'll want to farm that up as much as and as best as you can. And then eventually do the overclocks. Which are still, at the time of this recording, a huge pain in the ass. You are going to be dying a lot. That's a bummer. I don't think you can combine powers anymore. They may have removed that feature. I'm gonna have to find out later in the server. That really sucks, though, if that's the case. Okay, no, it just swaps them. They might have removed the fusion system. Because it was really easy to abuse. In fact, the range character that we're playing it on was really, really overpowered with it. You know, let's do this one. I really hate the, inverted gravity gimmick.
Ready.
You're also going to notice that there are custom 32-bit sprites made for several of the enemies. And even against the mini-boss in this stage we'll be getting to. I wonder if he's done yet. I don't think so. And that would be Toxic Seahorse I'm referring to from X3. The hell hit me there? Oh well. Alright, up we go. Because I want to get that challenge room. These are well worth going after. Those assholes are from X6. And I want to say even X5. Could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. I forget which X game the Piranhas are from. I want to say 1. I do not have much experience with the first few X games. Like, I started at X4 and stopped at X7 for good reasons. X7 was god-awful. And X6 wasn't that much better. X6 was, like, infuriating. At least with X7, it was just boring. Let's see, damage increased by 50% during a leg core activation. That could come in handy when I eventually get one, hopefully. So I'm gonna grab it. That was a huge damage boost I want to exploit. And here we have an optional fight with Nightmare Zero. Let's see, gain 2 tokens, taking damage costs 20 energy this level. I mean, that sucks, but I'm not really using the powers much, so may as well. Very strange, his theme is not playing here for some reason. Before, it would play the X vs. Zero theme. Something might have happened with the mod or with the game itself. I'll find out later. And he's really kicking my ass, holy shit. Douchebag. At least I got my tokens. There we go, Toxic Seahorse. It looks like he's ripped from X3. so he's not done just yet. Unfortunate. We'll go ahead and we'll get that. Yeah, not really a big fan of the inverted gravity, gimmick when it comes to a game like this. It does make things up, though, so I'll give it that. That is kind of neat. There we go, now we're back up. Well, I wanted to be. Of course. I'm an idiot. That looked a little bit off. Well, she was like holding her arm out while she kept running forward. Not sure what that was about. Let's see, give me all your scrap bits. Armor pickups. Why not? Let's see what's in here. No leg upgrades just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. If I can stack that, that's even better. I'm not really using powers. We'll pick that up. And that. What does this do? Power kills instantly, charge your weapon. Yeah. No, we're gonna get a move on. I don't really need any of that stuff. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to give my buddy RC Blazer a quick thank you and shout out, because why not? We did do the Beast Gohan raid a bunch last night. That was quite fun. And that guy's an absolute chab, because he spent over 12 hours straight with me just so I could get my own fat Blue Gogeta mascot. Still very, very thankful for that. He did not have to do that. And I couldn't have done it without him. And that right there should tell you how crap my luck is. Need I mention that it took me over 17 straight hours to get my very first attack UI Goku figure. The attack version of the first UI Goku figure we got. That, and in Xenoverse 1, I spent 17.5 hours grinding for Split Finger Shot. Let's see. Create a temporary repro. Fusion repro. You know what? No. We're just doing that at this point. We're gonna save that for later. I'm gonna get this out of the way. This stage can go eat a dick. Although it does have a really bitchin' remix of Chill Penguin stage from X1. Let's see. Enemies deal more damage. Here's you have any already acquired prototype penalties. So we can just ignore that. That's a lose-lose situation. These guys are definitely from X3. I want to say that much for certain, but could be wrong. And as you're seeing, yes, they have their own 32-bit versions. So a lot of the money that's going towards the mod right now, a lot of that is being eaten up currently for the Devil Trigger armors, and just updating all the enemies and shit. There's still a lot to be worked on. And I really cannot wait to see once it's all done. Careful. There we go. Unfortunately, I did get hit. That's fine. I wasn't using powers much. Granite shield. I'm going to pick up that. I like having the immunity to knockback, because that can get really annoying, especially if you're next to a pet. This is still so stupid to see. Like, the rain is basically in 30XX now. I never thought I would see that. It looks almost just like the baby outfit. He did a really good job on it. Die you. Thank you. That was close, holy shit. I love their little run cycles, those look hilarious. Still no leg upgrades. I would not recommend getting this. I'm gonna ignore it. We'll get that. I like having more speed. Gives you more room to dodge and shit. Like that. Oh, of course. And if you look at the HUD, that was actually done for the mod as well. We have a custom pause menu coming up. It's going to look really sick. Crap. Okay, no, I'm actually gonna go back. I think there's a health pickup I can get. Just get a full restore off it. There it is. Give me that. Those will also recharge your energy. So if you're abusing the hell out of weapons, that's nice. In 20XX, energy had its own pickup, which made you almost never want to use the weapons. So I'm really glad they streamlined it more. Now it refills both. As you see, the wall jumping is not as fast and spammable as it was in X4 to 6, but still very abusable. Those suck. I really don't feel like I need the army and the energy, so I'm going to go ahead and get the scrap bits. Oh, look, more money. Yes, I'm that greedy. Annoying wrenches. Damn it! Let's see, what does this do? Not holding increases damage. No thank you. Oh hell yeah, I'm definitely gonna stack that. Just destroy the bosses. Die. Now, you might notice the stage is a little bit longer than the other ones. As you progress throughout the run, the stages do get longer and longer. So you will need to deal with that. Play session on average takes about an hour for a standard one anyhow. Depending on your difficulty settings, you could be in the stage for fucking ever. Very close. Trying not to get hit here. I'm concentrating as what that was. Apologies. Let's see, taking damage empowers your next attack by 30%. You bet I'm gonna take that. I'm getting all these percentage damage buffs. I'm being very lucky with that for some reason. Yet still no leg upgrades. I'm hoping we run into at least one here, like, soon. Let's see. Oh, slot roulette. Who in the heck is this? I don't think that's Pallet from XA. This is a very good looking roulette though. This is actually a custom one that was made for the mod, by the way. This thing was not cheap. I want to say it's at least 100 or 2 maybe? Yeah, sprite work, it's a ton of work. Oh, nice, I got the 7-leaf clover. Speed, awesome. That is a good looking slot machine, dude. Very good job on that by FX. And that's why I got the scrap bits. Now I got another free repro. It's gonna chuck boulders at the enemy for me. Here we go, Volt Kraken from X5. I was going back and forth with Malkavia for a bit, and we were just trying to figure out what Maverick would fit this guy best. So I figured, why not Volt Kraken? Because, I mean, he does have those platforms that show up in his boss fight. He looks to be just about the same size as the boss that comes with the game by default. So we settled on him. It was a toss-up between him and, Shining Firefly, actually, who ended up getting into the mod eventually anyways, because of how much the fight with Yammerak changed. Oh, okay, it's trying to hit this thing. That does quite a bit. I recommend getting this pet whenever you can, by the way. The boulders, they do so much damage. You gotta be, like, healthy, though, for him to chuck them out, so make sure you stay as healthy as possible. Again, no shit, I'm so sorry I keep doing that. That's like, what do you want me to say? Just don't get hit. Blink forward at full corruption. I usually don't let the corruption armor sets, so I'm not gonna bother with it. I'll gladly pass on that and wait for something else to show up. And if it doesn't, then I'm shit out of luck. Damn it. Okay, good. Of course. Oh, look at that challenge room. Very careful. Seriously, do not want to get hit. Damn it! Screwed that up. Oh, okay, we're fine. This is the one I was talking about. 10% chance to ignore incoming damage, increased by 4% per repro. Capped at 30%. So if you get enough repros, you have a 30% chance, essentially, of taking 0 damage whenever you get hit. To me, that is really broken, and well worth going after. And that little worm thing you just saw right there, those are definitely from X6. Again, fuck that game. Also, I noticed in 1,000 Year Door that I'm swearing a lot more, and I'm very sorry about that. I guess I'm still in kind of a bad mood at how long that playthrough took. Just because of how many times I had to re-record the thing, essentially. I accidentally deleted a part where I shouldn't have. And then, I forgot what happened with the other one. Oh, you know what? I remember now. It's because I found out about the HD texture pack too late. So I wanted to do it over for that reason. I was gonna say, that doesn't last very long. Yeah, it's really not lasting very long. I missed the fusion system. Oh well. Let's see. This will speed up my pets. That'll destroy bosses. And that'll grab both benefits in the shop. I already feel like I'm gonna destroy bosses, so I'm not gonna get that. I do have a lot of metal on standby. I'm gonna go ahead and get this. I don't really have the fastest attacking repros on me anyhow. I want to say those crabs are from Crystal Snail stage. Out of here. Getting tired of your shit. I did it again. Apologies. I'll try not to do that as much moving forward. There's a really nice repro in here that you can get that will basically make those bats coming at us turn to your side. And it's the classic looking one from the classic series. God, that slot machine looks so good. Unfortunately, we got gypped. Let's see what's this. Hitting a new enemy grants 10% damage for 3 seconds. Stacks of 5. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Still no leg upgrade, of course not. And we'll get that. Yeah, that was a really good investment. We'll get that too. Power efficiency, 100% at critical HP. No point. I'm not gonna bother with that. I got more than enough armor as is. You know what I could do, though? I could salvage it. Or even reroll it. Unfused powers. So, is the fusion in the game, or is it not? I'm very confused now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Malkavia about this, because that's really bugging me. There we go, I'll just deal with that. What you're hearing here is a metal remix of the fight when you're facing off against the Colonel in X4, who looks remarkably like Cygnus, by the way, and is Iris' brother. And I do believe at some point she is planned to be playable in the mod. That's going to take some time, though. Either that or she's going to be a boss, or a mini-boss. We're still deciding on a few things. By the way, also a really nice thing about that chest piece for the repros, that gives you much better odds at taking no damage at all and getting the best possible rank in those challenge missions. So it's great for that, too. And Beat is in here from the classic series as well, the Blue Bird. I think he's shown up once or twice in some of my past vids. He basically respawns you, and you take 0 damage from, like, spikes or falling into a pit or getting crushed. And he has up to 3 uses. We'll do this stage next. It's really annoying and very long and tedious. If you pick this last. And what you're hearing here is probably my favorite metal remix for the mod. This is Gravity Beetles from, I want to say X... Yeah, it is X3. Gravity Beetle from X3. You recognize those statue things very well if you played X6, by the way, in Gates Lab. I think they're even in a Nani temple. Really do not like that game. For many reasons. I'm not going to get into them here. There are plenty of reviews up already covering that game. It's just not a fun experience. Great music. Not the best game. At some point, there is going to be a trailer coming for this mod, too. I went ahead and pitched the idea of using the Steam for it, because, I mean, do you hear it? It's really freaking sick, especially the love when it gets into the guitar riffs. This part here. Salvage it, I'm not going to get that. And now I'm out of rerolls. Lovely. Jesus, got a lot of metal. These guys are from X8 as well. They shoot Hadoukens and, use Shoryukens. Very appropriate, I think, considering who's coming up. And, these statues are for the mod as well. They look really solid. I think they do, anyway. And then I forget which game this big guy's from. X1, maybe? Die. Thank you. I'm fine with taking my time and, like, killing all the enemies, because, like, this thing's not very difficult to fight. That was close. Okay, I thought he was stuck for a second. Why couldn't you be stuck? And this is the fight, pretty much. You're just chasing it around. Like, he's really easy to handle. Very set pattern. And luckily I have the upgrade on that lets me vaporize shots, so you can abuse that on things like him. I'm gonna get that. Because the crown just boosts your damage, and it's really annoying to keep track of. Anytime you get hit, you have to pick it up again. That was close, holy crap. Jesus can walk on water. Apparently these guys can stand on lava. Oh, come on, dude. Come here. Thank you. Nice. Be on the lookout for these gauntlets, because, they guarantee you a very good, armor drop. I'm hoping to get the leg parts here. And what the parts from here do, essentially, is you get one free part for any of the 4 armors that are in the game. And it'll also, boost any armors you have for that piece of your body on. So if you have, like, several arm pieces and you get the arm upgrade, all your arm pieces are boosted further. And usually completing a set will enhance any of your, parts. I want to say completing the armor will boost it too, but I'm not 100% on that. Hadouken. Shoryuken. Damn it. Thought I avoided those. Why am I not using Shadow Racer? I really should be doing that. Plus I have double charged attack on. Yeah, fuck your Hadouken. And here we have a unique version of Gate put in, Nightmare Gate, if you will. Don't let this guy trigger your PTSD either, he's much easier than he was in XX. Yeah, he just bounces around, and uses the orange orbs you'll see in the fight from XX. And he'll do that slash attack. Minus the blast projectile that would come up in XX. He's reminiscent of that one boss from, the one that was in 20XX. It was like some animal riding, like, inside of a tire and driving it. And whenever you killed one of them, it would multiply and do what he did, pretty much. Which part did I get for that? Okay, I got Zip, but I just got the upgrade of the head parts. Thank you, game. That was close. Stupid fire. Ouch! Douchebag. Now, if you're like me, your favorite Maverick is Slash Beast, but I can't really be mad either. It's frickin' Magma Dragoon. Everybody loves Magma Dragoon. Such a cool Maverick. He's got Ryu's Hadouken, Ken's Shoryuken, and Akuma's necklace. You cannot hate the design of this guy, and he's a freaking dragon. That makes him even better, in my opinion. Yeah, let me get that. All stats way up. Yes, please. By the way, he does make the sounds, which you likely have already heard if you've watched any of my previous 3XX run-throughs. Love that. I'm waiting for him to start firing Hadoukens here. It's not immediately obvious, by the way, but he did change the color of Dragoon in his shield there. He's a lot more visible now, I think. Okay, they did a really good job on that. And the plasma shot is even modded in here. The one that you would see on the X4, the 4th armor, and the ultimate armors from 4, 5, and 6. So that's in here too, and he even changed it to this really, really nice looking bluish color. And he made it a lot more visible for the mod. So that's in here too. Last stage, and appropriately, it's one of the final bosses you would deal with before fighting Sigma. And that would be Rangdamanda. Which, from what Malkavia told me, was a huge pain in the ass to rig properly for this because of the eyes. Like, getting them to open and close at the proper times. You had to figure that out. Oh, there's a chest down here. Gimme. Oopsie. I forget whether or not they even bothered giving any of the navigators voice lines at all in XA. I have little to no experience with that game. It's definitely a lot better than X7 though, that much I will say. And they even bring Vile back, and introduce a new enemy. And he's actually not bad. I want to say his name was like Lumine or something. And yes, he is a femboy. Still very cool boss. And no, I'm not suggesting anything is wrong at all with being a femboy. Like, if you're that cool, you know, I'm not gonna judge you for that. I find that very good and very interesting and progressive that they put that in XA. That's all. I'm usually very accepting of other people. But, you know, with topics like that, I'm just trying to tread very carefully. Because, for me, I just want to help people and I want them to enjoy things. I don't ever want to piss anybody off. Those guys are really annoying, by the way. You have to bait out their attack to do anything to them. Still no leg upgrades. I'm not getting much use out of that AUG I picked up. By the way, if you want to play this game like it's an actual X game, there is an option for that in the difficulty settings. Where you can make pits getting crushed and hazards, basically. They will be one-shots. Now, if you have an energy tank on standby, you'll use it. Otherwise, if you die, you gotta start all over. Increases the effects of all equipped body cores. Yeah, why not? More invincibility? Yes, please. God, where am I supposed to go here? I'll try left. Okay, not that way. Ouch! Oops. Die. Thank you. Douchebag. They remind me of Hammer Gels from the classic series. Wonder if that was the intention. Ouchie. Knowing spiders. Speaking of spiders, now initially, Malkavia wanted to put in Web Spider from X4 in here, but that wasn't working out, so he settled on a 32-bit version of the spider thing you fight in X1, and I think it looks really good. And this is basically what you're doing in X1 with the thing, anyhow. So you fit right in. Ouch. You know, it's worth it. For all I know, there could be a shop at the end waiting for me. So I don't mind taking a few hits here and there. Plus, look at all the armor I got. I'm fine. Still have plenty of opportunities and invincibility as well. I'm gonna get that. There might be a shop at the end, like I said. Can I please get legs? Anything to do with legs. I've run into every single kind of armor piece except the stupid legs. And yes, I know I could have grabbed the blinking thing from earlier, but no, I don't like that. The corruption legs. Because you can't attack, and you just blink forward. It's a very awkward leg piece to use. Though if you want to get 100% completion in this game, at some point you do need to get the corrupted armor, the full thing. Because believe it or not, there are actually some story elements in here. They're not all completely fleshed out just yet. Ouch. Never mind. The armor's making me take 0 damage. I got nothing to worry about. I keep forgetting that. Come here, you. You're not living. Take no prisoners. And this is actually Mac from X3. Or is that Bit? Or Bite? I really want to say that is Mac. Of course, arms! Because what else would they be? But on the upside, yeah, I can do that now. And as you're seeing, my charge is a lot faster. It's basically instant. Come here, you. Stop that. They get a lot faster, too, the higher rank they go, so be very careful about that. Finally, I took damage. Of course. I couldn't get 1 pair of legs this run. Quite sad. Very, very sad. Because there's some really nifty leg upgrades you can get in here. There's a double jump. There's a fly in the air in any direction you want to for like a second. There's the hover that'll let you go in a straight direction for 2 seconds. Let's see, reroll items with nuts if out of rerolls. No thanks, I'm gonna salvage that, and hopefully run to the trader here soonish. I'm a big fan of the new salvaging system. That's actually really recent, from like the last month or two. For real though, it is really bothering me that I can't fuse these. Like, I thought you would be able to still. But no, I don't have the option to do that. Unless I'm doing something wrong on my end. Ouch. No, 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 no. Okay. That speed upgrade lets you do some seriously intense parkour stuff in this game. I freaking love it. Oh, right, I have that, don't I? I keep forgetting that. Because I'm a moron. Your current, not future, armor is converted into max HP. No thank you, I'm gonna get this, and we're gonna decimate the boss. Still no legs. I'm gonna get this, because why not? I can just stay behind the pillar there, and abuse it. We'll need that. Yep, nope, we're good here. Can't get anything else. Not a single leg upgrade. What was the point of me grabbing those Augs? And I can do this now. Why not, though? I'll do it closer. Otherwise, that's boring. I'm very surprised I didn't get hit at all there. Wow. Thought for sure I was taking a pot shot. Oh, by the way, the Shadow Racer will work on these things, too. Like so. It won't work on the lasers, though, so avoid those. God, those boulders chunk so hard. And this is what I was referring to. The jumping off a wall and dealing more damage. Yeah, you can easily abuse that up here for the last guy. I usually save the him for last. I mean, you can jump off this wall too, I guess. Thank you, Eddie. And that's a really cool thing. At least I think it's pretty cool that this stage does at the end. You just see that's constantly flying up in the background. It's a nice touch. I did not get a single leg upgrade. That really sucked. And I'm going to go ahead and just quickly demonstrate Mega Zero here, because why not? And hopefully I'm still recording, and the picture's still picking up there. That would really suck if not. Okay, no, it just knows how to switch. Very good. Now, this is a lost concept that for the longest time Malkavia wanted to be playable. And Cosmic and I helped make that happen for him. This is what I was going to do, essentially. Pay attention to the shoulders. You'll notice that they, like, kind of, flare up. And I'm not sure if they have their own, like, boost coming out of it. I want to say no, but that's how it looks. We were initially going to get this and not Black Zero. But eventually we did get Black Zero, and he has a mask very similar to the Shadow Armor, which, yes, is an option. The Shadow Armor from X6. I can go ahead and pull these up really quick. And then we'll end the vid there. Let's see. Mega Zero Lost Concept. That's not it. That's for Mega Man Zero. Let's see. Zero's Lost Armor. There we go. This is it. Yeah, this is from like way, way back. There's actually a colored version, but I have a hard time finding that thing. It might pull up here if I'm lucky. Of course not. I did have a colored version saved somewhere, but I'm gonna have to find that thing. I'm not gonna waste your time trying to look for it, though. And then, let's see. X6 Shed Armor, just for the hell of it. Why not? I'll pull it up. That's basically how it looks like. This would be from X6. It's just X as a ninja. And it's a lot better than the Guy Armor. The Guy Armor can go and shaft itself, in my opinion. One other last thing I will add, though, is if anyone wants to go and check out Deputy Delusional's DeviantArt down below, I highly recommend doing so. I think she's a really good artist, and she does accept commissions. She's the one I mentioned way earlier that showed Rain just sitting there with the dead fish eyes eating cereal with the corn cob next to her. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and look forward to more of what's to come for the mod for the Project RSbirth. I sure as hell am. And I will see you guys later. Next time, we'll be going back to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I'm going to show off everything from DLC 16, which, believe it or not, is not very much. But until then, look forward to it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.